Okay, so I'm just looking through here. I know this is not a very exciting intro, but we got the beer guy coming up who's doing this controversial beer. He's going to talk about Bud Light. That's fun. Isn't that fun? And then we got Jackie the Joke Man coming up. That's going to be awesome. And then we have Anthony Michael Hall. Anthony Michael Hall will join us on the 24th. I'm the Mancow. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the Angels and the Devils fight, and they're choosing up sides tonight. Me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery, and the Angels and the Devils are playing tug-of-war with my personality. I want to get to the guests right away, but I do want to ask the question, does an insurrection have a tour guide? What else? Oh, what else I want to bring up here? I'm sure this will I never know what's going to set off the loons anymore. They're a sensitive group, the loons, aren't they? And we've got video tonight and coming up that will just really pack a wallop here. I put some stuff on Instagram. It's hard to find. They make it impossible to find me on Instagram because I guess I won't lie enough. Biden, the Sun, Pelosi, there's Kamala, there's Bill Gates, there's Fauci, and there's Hillary. And this is how we make America great again. And there's some on the right as well. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, these assholes, people that we could lock up and really make America great. Schwab is another guy, this bad guy out of a James Bond movie, a bad guy out of a James Bond movie. You wouldn't believe him in a movie. But we could start with them. Okay, gosh, where do I got so much to do here. So excited about this. Charles Bukowski will start with a great quote. Mickey Mouse is a soulless three-fingered fuck. I really try to do this without stooping to filth. I really do. Mickey Mouse is a soulless three-fingered. And I remember hearing these stories about how we got to boycott Disney and ban Disney and Disney is the enemy and all this. And I've said this before, and I thought, well, you're idiots. What are you talking about? And I think old Walt would roll over in his grave. Boy, have they just taken anything they can destroy, they can destroy. I don't know if you've seen what's happened in the Marvel Universe, what they've done to my favorite characters, but I went back and I was looking at just some of my old Iron Man comic books. Tony Stark drinking, womanizing, fighting crime, rich guy. Can't have that anymore. Now it's a 15-year-old African-American girl. Okay. Spider-Man. I walked past the poster. Spider-Man now a young black kid? Yeah, he's now a young black kid. Okay. And again, there were plenty of great black Marvel characters. There really were. And I can name a few. But no, let's not do any of those characters. It's just so bizarre to me why everything has to be redone. I don't get it. Didn't Kathleen Kennedy, who is the devil from Disney, didn't she? By the way, this stuff is just horrible. I got this at Billy Corgan's wrestling match, NWA. The matches were fun. He was selling this. This stuff it's really horrible. I've replaced it with Tropical Punch Kool-Aid that I loved when I was a kid, which he also loved when he was a kid. Much better than what was in here originally. Joe's lemonade. Really, Joe. Horrible shit. Oh, that's good. Hadn't had Kool-Aid in probably 30 years. No joke. A lot of sugar in that. And Mom would just let me drink it endlessly. So my mom used to say when I would drink a lot of this, shut up! Oh. Anyway, the mouse, the House of Mouse, the three-fingered, the soulless Mickey Mouse and the corporation. If you've been to Disney, you know how far it's fallen. The parks were filthy. They were just absolute jag-offs during the pandemic. Do you know how awful people were during the pandemic? People with little power, given a little power, and they would have been the same. Get on the boxcar, get out there. The same types of people. I now know what neighbors would turn me in, believe me, for whatever. So, yeah. Nightmares are dreams. And we have a nightmare, Nightmayor. And people would say, and I've heard this my whole life about Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, worst mayor ever, worst mayor ever, worst mayor ever. No, it can get worse. No, it can't get worse. It got worse with communist Brandon Johnson. You may have seen the kids, if they only had more free stuff. Now, you may remember on my show, I found it quite funny. I may have been the only one that found it funny. And I seem to get this stuff and see it differently than just about everybody. But it was specifically black youth. And I'm going to tell you what my answer is for black youth shortly. But you may remember this, maybe you won't. But we made a big deal about it on the show. We played the Harlem Globetrotters theme. We had a little video. You can probably still find that video out there. But the answer to black youth was that we, the taxpayers, had to buy Everybody basketballs. And it sounds like a Key and Peele sketch. It sounds like an SNL sketch. The answer to the black youth problems, buy them basketballs. And this was a real thing that the government initiated in the city of Chicago. And I know it doesn't sound real. It's real. And I said, how about we buy them books and give them job applications and training on how to get jobs? How about we educate them? The Brandon Johnson schools, 1 in 20 black kids, 1 in 20. 1 in 20 are at grade level. 1 in 20. What world are they prepared for? Well, can we show the video of what's been going on in Chicago? Now, I own a restaurant in Chicago. This ain't good for business, guys. Nobody wants to come to the city with this. Put it up bigger. Ralph, go ahead and put it up bigger. They don't need to see me. And you've seen these videos, no doubt. Endless videos. Programs. If they just said, look at this. And you wonder why the bus doesn't just inch forward a little. I don't know. You wonder. I'm glad they didn't, of course. Programs. We need programs. Remember Jesse Jackson on my show? Programs. That's the answer to everything. Never know, never discipline, never stop this shit. Programs. We need programs. Teens, just kids. Look at them. Now, imagine that's your car and you're visiting Chicago. Imagine that's just your car and you're in Chicago. Imagine it's not your car. Do you have any empathy? And these bastards are kicking in the windows. And the other thing they don't ever talk about, which I witnessed a lot when I worked at the radio station WLS, is that the other thing that these delightful types like to do is defecate everywhere. And I say defecate in the cars, defecate in the stores, defecate. That's the other thing they do. So they literally take a shit and then they start your shit on fire. Yeah, there you go. There's the fire and the fire. And why are you on me again? Let's keep seeing this. There you go. Oh, we can cut off that guy. Yeah, we don't need to see him. Hey, wait a minute. He's got a competing podcast. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. Okay. Anyway, so a nightmare is a dream. Chicago used to be a dream city. Not anymore. Dewey, I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Oh. The government has just issued a travel warning for Chicago. So probably best to stay out of the city of Chicago. Those crazy kids. Do we have any more delightful video that we could play of these silly kids? Yeah, there it is. Let's make it bigger. Story of my life. Oh, this is unbelievable. Can you zoom in on it? No? Oh, there we go.
Dumbass.
Turn up the volume. Or can we not? No, I guess we cannot. Again, more programs, more free stuff. That's the answer. More opportunity. And, if you just, it's okay to destroy someone else's property, I guess. Forget the other people that have worked hard for stuff. Just destroy it. That's okay. It's okay. It's nice. Hey, wait a minute. What's this person doing? Wait, was someone trying to steal a car? Wait a minute. What's going on? They took the car for that guy? Wait a minute. You're going to have to turn up the sound here. And then turn up the sound if you can. And then they go into oncoming traffic and cause a big accident. And then, I don't know what this person's on, jumps out of the wreck and goes crazy and starts running across the traffic. And the cops have told me, man, people on PCP, I'm not saying this woman's on PCP or any of these fine folks are on PCP, these crazy rapscallions, but that people on PCP are indestructible. That's why sometimes they shoot more times than they should because, do you see the accident? That woman's walking. That's enough. Let's drink a little beer. Let's go to our guest, and let's have a little fun here. Mancow Monday Night Live. Do we want to start with something? Oh, this is good.
America's been drinking beer from a company that doesn't even know which restroom to use. That's why I created Conservative Dad's Ultra Right 100% woke-free beer. As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus. But the last place we want it is in our beer. If you know which bathroom to use, you know what beer you should be drinking. Stop giving money to woke corporations that hate our values. And to the rest of you woke corporations, stay the away from our kids.
Okay, let's bring on the guy. There he is. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you tonight?
You're I'm not gay. I'm not headed that way. But you're a good-looking man. I thought it was going to be some. No, I thought you were the spoke stud. I thought we were going to see some old guy that was really behind it. Some guy that looked like me. Yeah,
I might be older than I appear.
I'm sick of these kids. I'm 72 years old, son. Hey, man, congratulations. Great ad.
Thank you.
I love the guy. I love the other, and I bought some of his stuff. The guy that does the shavers against, I used to be the spokesperson for the other shaver company, and they got all woke. What? No, I used to be the spokesperson for Harry's.
I would be a better spokesperson for sure.
And now this guy has gone against Harry. He started his own razor company. It's great. Seth, I'm going to buy some of the beer. We'll make sure this happens right when I'm off the show here. We see that Bud Light is down billions. I should tell you, and this is going to mean nothing. Where are you from, Seth?
I am from Georgia, Norcross, Georgia, north of Atlanta.
Seth Weathers doesn't even sound like a real name.
I know it. If everything else had failed in life, I would have been a weatherman because I think it would have just been a great intro. Now we got Seth Weathers with the weather report.
You got the look. They don't want people like you on TV anymore, man. We don't want good-looking Americans anymore. Again,
I could gain some weight if necessary.
No, listen, I'm not gay. I'm not head that way. I'm just telling you, like my friends will see, I don't know, Brad Pitt or something. He's a good-looking guy. I would know. I'm not gay. Like, okay, you don't know Brad Pitt's a good-looking guy. I'm not gay. I'm not headed away, Seth, but you look like a spokesmodel. So you're an entrepreneur. You started the company. This is your company?
Yes, I have some co-founders as well.
Yeah, okay. It's brilliant. And tell me, obviously this beer was ready before this Bud Light ad.
Yeah, so we're working with a small local brewery, which it took some effort to find a small local brewery that would allow us to work with them under the name and marketing that we're doing, obviously. So they're good people. And so we're working with them, and they worked with us on the beer formulation stuff. I'm not a brewmaster by any means. So we're excited about that. It came together after the bullshit that Bud Light pulled. I was like, this is enough. If people if this can't be the line in the sand for conservatives, there's no fucking reason to be a conservative anymore. Turn off Fox News. Just let it all quit.
Shouldn't have done that.
No purpose. Did you just put your credit card on the screen?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
All right, I'll rewind and order a bunch of beer with that later. Thank you.
I'm gonna do it right now. Where do we go to?
It's ultrarightbeer.com.
Can you spell ULRTA
right RIGHT
ultrarightbeer.com.
Yeah.
Look for Seth Weathers on there.
We are selling a lot of beer right now, so we're excited.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I would bring back, you're too young. I would bring back the $6 million man. I would do the $6 billion man, and I would cash you. My God, he looks like a young Steve Austin.
You know, it's funny. 15-year-old Seth would not believe this interview is happening because you're to blame for a lot of my bad behavior when I was young. I watched or listened to too much of your show.
God bless you. a man of great taste.
This is for sure.
Is the beer good?
The beer is excellent. It's a light beer. Legally, I cannot put that it's a light beer on the can without some kind of testing bullshit process, legal thing we have to go through.
Yeah,
but
they make everything a nightmare.
If I was allowed to say that legally, I would call it a light beer.
That works for me. So, well, thank you for listening. Obviously, the show, you know, as you hear her, I say here HEARHERE. As you hear here, I'm a conservative guy, I guess, and I'll say a curse word here or there. I forget who it was that said they're a cursing Christian. I have cursed, but I think that's okay. And look, the show is targeted at adults, but I'll tell you, I hear more people. I had one guy come up to me, and I thought it was going to be an issue. And he was a Muslim guy and had the full look. And I went, oh, man, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Oh, man, what's this going to be? And he just said, my dad abandoned us. We had no family and couldn't afford movies, couldn't afford cable. But radio was free. And you raised me, and he told me the values that he got from the show. And I just bought some, huh? Okay, so I purchased the beer.
That's amazing. Okay. I appreciate you. I would have even sent you some for free.
Well, you can add on. You can find my account and add on to it.
Assuming you use your real name, I'll go in and actually add an extra one in there for you.
It's under Mancow.
Okay.
That's my name on all my papers and stuff. My real name is Eric, but I hate that name.
Well, that's all right too.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's the most amazing part of us talking. Okay, very cool that you knew the show and you're excited to be on. Okay, and I thought the ad was incredible. Shared it with hundreds of people. My friend Dave Salveggio. Yeah,
a fun story about that ad. So a lot of people say, well, who produced the ad, et cetera, et cetera. They've asked questions about this. That ad was me, 2 friends of mine, a $44 Louisville Slugger, $24 worth of Bud Light, which was the most Bud Light purchased in the area in a while. And I paid, when we realized we didn't have something to set the can in, I gave the kids that were practicing in the field next to us $20 to rent their T-ball stand for 20 minutes. And on my Twitter account alone, that video has 45 million views.
Yeah!
So it's probably the greatest return on ad spend in the history of mankind.
Yes, I love that. That's awesome, brother. Look, we got to fight back, and I'm not sure how much I believe in voting.
Well,
I sure did.
Republicans,
we vote with our money. Yeah.
Yes, but we puss out. We don't go to a couple of NFL games. We yell and scream, and then we don't go to a couple of NFL games, and then we're back. But this is a chance to look. I know that we can't cut out all the woke companies and corporations. My house is filled with items made in communist China. I'm aware of this. I understand we can't boycott everything. I get that. However, we can narrow. I've been begging. It's funny. I'm in this situation right now. I've been begging conservatives for years, but I never had a platform that mattered, to please pick one of these companies and put them out of fucking business, because we're half of America. We have zero economic power as conservatives. Liberals have all the power in the economy. We have zero capital with woke corporations. We can change that by truly dismantling an American iconic brand that decided to take a dump on all Americans. And this is our chance. If we can just hold fast, like, you don't have to buy my beer. It would be nice, but buy any other beer than a beer made by Anheuser-Busch. And that will send the message. And if we can't stick to it on this, then there's nothing to say. Conservatives are just going to continue to get run over. But I think this one has legs.
I think the psychologically damaged individual that they put on the can, and Seth, I used to say to people, don't help me when I'm doing a show. Don't help me. You don't have to add into it. And I would, if I was you, I would just sit there for a second, not talk. You don't want to go. You don't want to go where I'm going to go. But
you'd be surprised.
No, hang on. But that individual. Let's show the can. Nudie.
Here we go.
My guy Nudie has the can. Well, we'll show your can in a second. But I'm talking about, do you know that this person inserts tampons for a week? And if you've seen it, it's such. And I've got 2 17-year-old daughters. Okay, this is a 30-something-year-old, and it's a mockery of women. It's just a mockery. If it's performance art, okay, but for some person to put, do you think women want to use tampons? And so I'm like a woman, and I put tampons in my backside.
Some people say he's blackface for women. It's the equivalent of that, and that's the way some women look at this.
Yeah. I think it's so insulting. I think all these swimmers and everything else are so. Yeah, I haven't seen. That's cool. So, is Pabst a bad company? I do drink Pabst. It won the blue ribbon.
As long as they're not owned by Anheuser, feel free to
Corona is Corona. That shocked me. Corona.
They own a lot of Shock Top. They own. The list of brands is a mile wide. They buy up everything. It's been.
Well, that's your dream. That's your dream. Is you get big enough that in the booze business, you get big enough that Anheuser-Busch buys you.
I would never sell to them. I know no one actually believes me, but I'm insane enough. I would never sell out to them. So we've had a hard time just finding alcohol lawyers. We finally got that resolved today.
So Seth, I grew up in Missouri, and you're probably too young, and I'm guessing not many people are going to understand what I'm saying, but it was Missouri, man. Like the Bears are in Chicago. It was like Bush, Budweiser. That was Missouri.
Yeah.
And I grew up with it, and they sponsor everything. They were everywhere. And then they sold out to the Germans and all of this now. They're not what they were, but it's heartbreaking. And you saw the super woke brand manager. Has she been fired?
Nope. And honestly, they haven't even apologized for what they've done. They put out a statement saying they're listening to Americans. That means nothing. It's
that
a
means
joke.
bullshit, right?
It's a joke. That statement that a lot of places are running with, they put out an apology. Read the statement. He just says, we're listening to all sides and we care about everyone and yada, yada. There's no apology.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They're standing by it. They're not going to bounce. They're not going to step away from it.
Yeah. I played the Broadway show. I did over 100 shows. I have a degree in theater. Every year I pay for 1 or 2 kids to go to school. And I've met a chunk of them, although I don't ask them. I would assume a chunk of them have been, a good portion of them have been gay. I don't care. I'm sure you don't care either. I don't understand why this has been the trans crowd, why it has to be around children, why that has to be insisted upon. I don't understand why that's a thing. You can't give a child an aspirin. No. If my daughter gave another child an aspirin, it's a big problem. But yet chest binders and chemicals and we're going to let drag queens read to children. And when did this become important? And I don't think it is important. I think obviously they're making it important. Hold up the can and put it right up to the camera.
There we go. My camera's too far away, so I'll
hold your hand out a little. Well, we saw the ad. Ad.
You have to look at the ad. I got too much light on.
Seth, so are you near what part of I believe my friend Mike Fowler is with hospice right now, my friend in Georgia, one of my dear friends, and we would always go to the Varsity. You been to the Varsity?
Oh my God, yes. I've been to the Varsity many times. I'm not close to the Varsity because I don't want my kids getting shot walking down the street, but the Varsity is an amazing place. Love to enjoy it at times.
It is a shithole. Great chili dog and an orange whip.
The chili dog is the way to go.
And I don't think it's been cleaned in over 50 years. It is filthy. It is filthy. Brother, I bought the beer. Seth, say the website again.
ultrarightbeer.com. I appreciate everybody. We've started a movement like nothing I could have ever imagined.
Okay, I want you to play me in the movie. All right, I want you to play young Mancow in the movie. God, guns and automobiles, or maybe we'll call it Dad Demons in the Dwarf, Demons in the Dwarf, whatever we're gonna call. You got to grow a goat. That's not a problem. And we all look alike anyway. So wow. Okay, I'm excited about this, and I wish you all good things. And what do you think of Chicago, man? What's the view? I'm here. What's the view?
I mean, you might not. Well, you probably agree with me, but it's a shithole.
That's nice.
I mean, it's an unfortunate reality, but
all right. So that's great. And we'll be back next week, and we'll be back every week. And the people from Rumble called me and they said, "Listen, you can really monetize this thing. You really are. Guys, I do this so haphazardly." And they said, if you do it every single day at the same time, you'd be big. You could make
consistency's key.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I just can't do it. I don't care. I just can't do it. I don't care if it's 4 people or 14 million. I can't be consistent right now. I got away from all that, dude. I got up every day at 2:30 a.m. to do that stupid show, and I don't want to be a slave to the man again.
That's fair.
Whatever that means. All right. God bless you. I'll talk to you. And as my mom said, shut up.
Take care.